Hello, and welcome to this mindful eating webinar entitled Learn How to Create a Beautiful Relationship with Food. So, if you are looking to create a beautiful relationship with food, let's get started. My name is Kim Jakes. I've been a wellness professional since 1999. I've been in a human body since 1974. I actually did not come into my human body with an owner's manual. I don't know if you did, but my owner's manual was missing. And so I do feel like being a human being is a journey of discovery on how to be able to take best care of your body. I learned that early on at the age of 18. I had a major brain injury that left me with a prognosis of pharmaceutical dependency and limitations. And I wasn't really excited about that. So I started to really research and learn about ways in which I could activate my body to heal itself with a great ending to the story. It took me a couple of years, but I was able to get off all of my medications and really fell in love with the ways in which we can really optimize our health. I do fully believe that our body comes equipped with miraculous capabilities, and I love working with people one-on-one and in groups in order to help them understand and tap into those capabilities as well. I started off as a polarity therapist, a massage therapist, an educator, a wellness center founder. I'm also a certified primal health coach and an intuitive eating coach. But most importantly, I am a mom of an amazing son and the wife of an amazing man. I live in North Carolina and I love food. So I am a health coach who is focused on helping you to develop a good, healthy relationship with the pleasure of food. Now, today we're going to talk about the reasons why people mindlessly eat. We're going to talk about how to recognize and overcome mindless eating. We're going to talk about 7 days of mindful eating activities. And I'm going to talk to you about, if this information really resonates with you, what you can do next. Now, the first thing you can do is, if you're watching this video and you do not already have access to the guide that's associated with it, I encourage you to stop right here, click down below wherever you are, whether you're in an email or on social media or on YouTube. Down below somewhere, there is going to be a link for you to be able to officially register for the guide and the email series that are all free. They're my free gift to you. So click down below and find that for yourself in order to gain the best benefit with this experience. Also, at the end of this webinar, I am going to be talking to you about a free gift, another one on top of the emails and the guide that I have available to any of you who this information really deeply resonates with and you want to take a next step further. So if that's all right with you, we'll keep on going. I encourage you in this multitasking world to take a moment to just single task. If you have multiple tabs up, close them down. If you're on your cell phone, just let yourself be present. Turn notifications off, close the door, whatever it takes for you to just have this time to jump into this conversation of mindful eating in a mindful way. You really deserve this small little snippet in time dedicated to you. And I do want to share with you that I really do. I love helping women connect to their own inner wisdom, their body wisdom, their intuition. And here is a lovely testimonial from one of my clients, Tina, who says, I'm feeling grateful that I was ready for these changes physically, mentally, and emotionally. It's been relatively effortless and I am feeling great. And she was such a joy to work with. Now, you're in the right place listening to this webinar right now if any of these things resonate with you. Okay, so I'm going to speak some words and you go ding, ding, ding. This resonates with me. Number one, you know that you could be healthier and you're just not confident with what to do next, because there are so many mixed messages out there about what you quote unquote should do. You should be vegan. You should be a carnivore. You should eat low carb. You should eat high protein. All the shoulds have you confused, and you are looking to just feel confident. Number two, maybe you're tired of chronically dieting and depriving yourself. You're stepping into looking at your plate as a mathematical equation, and you're tired of that. Maybe you're looking to really enjoy life and live as a free range human without food stresses. You're looking to really reconnect to the pleasures of eating and the pleasures of food. Or maybe you're just a health geek like me. All right. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit. I, as you know, had an early on health incident that I was able to overcome. It led to a career and a lifetime of being very inquisitive and passionate about health of the body. And yet, when I hit my late 30s, my early 40s, I suddenly found myself really confused myself, even though that's been my career. Because you see, everything that I had done in my 20s and my early 30s to be able to maintain my health, my vitality, my weight, suddenly no longer worked. I was finding that I was increasing my weight, I was losing my energy, and I found myself falling down a rabbit hole of trying diets. I'd never done that in my life before, but I resorted to what is advertised as working. I tried a number of them, and really ultimately what it led to was my feeling not good about myself. My self-worth was decreasing. I was feeling self-judgmental. I was second guessing myself. And quite honestly, I was starting to wonder if the prophecies of midlife were coming true, right? Was this just going to be the other side of the hill, right? Over the hill at the age of 40, was I going down a downward slope? And it was at that point that I went back to my mindset that I had in my early 20s around health and wellness and said, no, my body's asking for something. I just don't know what it is. And I started to ditch the diet mentality and really stepped into eating for gene management, eating for hormone health, eating for nourishment, and eating for pleasure. And was able to reclaim my energy and reclaim my weight relatively effortlessly by shifting my mindset and my strategy. And that's what I want for you as well. Imagine feeling at peace with your plate, feeling confident in your body, and feeling connected and at ease with your lifestyle. Because I'm here to let you know, your body is designed to thrive. We need to listen to her. We need to learn from her. And we need to really chase after pleasure and enjoyment in ways that are in alignment with her in order to spark awake our inner programming to allow for the body to do what it's designed to do. Okay. That is what I'm here to help you understand a little bit more about. Because you see, we were born knowing how to listen to our bodies. When we were babies, if we were hungry, we cried. If you've ever seen a baby when it's full, nipple out of the mouth, right? So we were born with an inner instinct of sensations around hunger and fullness and what feels good and what doesn't feel good. But then life just happens. We have so much outside stimulation that we're responding to all the time. It can quite honestly be so loud and so demanding that the quiet inner voice that our body uses is no longer heard as easily. And in fact, we can become disconnected almost entirely from what our body is telling us. Okay. But when we're stepping into a process of reconnecting with her, mindful eating is a really beautiful place to begin. With mindful eating, we are taking the time to go into a place of stillness, to go into a place of peace, and to really listen to our body as we're fueling her, to ask her, does this fuel feel good? As we're experiencing our senses to see, does this really bring our texture senses and our smell senses to life? Through mindful eating, it can become a little bit of a meditation practice, through lifestyle versus through just kind of having a place of being devoid of thoughts. It's an action-based mindfulness practice. Now, reasons why we disconnect from the body's cues around hunger, satiety, or fullness, satisfaction. Why do we begin mindlessly eating? There's a lot of different reasons. These are just a few of them, and I go in depth a little bit more in the free guide, as well as in the email series, for you to be able to practice a little bit more about how to overcome these. But number one, anxiousness, our senses, the demanding and urge of our senses, money, time, multitasking, emotions, pleasing others. These are all reasons why we might begin mindlessly eating. So I'm going to talk about one at a time. Number one, our senses. The smell of a coffee shop or the enjoyment of a dessert at the next table. You're looking at it, you're seeing it, you're smelling it. That can kind of cue our senses to life of, oh, this is an urge. I must eat this, even though I'm not hungry. Anxiousness. I don't know about you, but when I was a child, and even in my own mind as an adult, it's very common to think thoughts of food scarcity, even in the midst of living in a world of food abundance. Think of this statement: you should eat something now because you're going to get hungry later on, right? Whether you're traveling or whether you're, heading off to school, whatever it might have been, that is a sense of minor food scarcity implanted into our psyche that can cause anxiousness around food. Money. Maybe we have food on the table and we say to ourselves, well, I'm going to eat it so that it doesn't go to waste. Time. Have you ever said to yourself, well, it's time to eat, without actually asking yourself if you're hungry? Multitasking. Maybe like this woman here, we're saying to ourselves, well, I'll catch up on this while I'm eating. Leads to mindlessly eating. Emotions. After what I've been through today, I deserve a fill in the blank. It's not eating for our body, it's eating for an emotion. To please others. Have you ever been in a circumstance where somebody said to you something like, I made apple crisp especially for you. Don't you want a bite? Even though you're completely not hungry, overriding the hunger signals in order to please somebody else. So what we're going to do in these next 7 days is really walk through some very simple mindful eating practices so that you can day by day reconnect to your body, listening to your body, awakening your ability to really understand what it truly wants and needs. Okay, now, again, if you have not already fully registered for this and you do want to have access to the daily cues over the next 7 days, then I encourage you to fully register and download the guide by clicking on the link down below. So day one, I encourage that you simply do an activity of, before you eat. This could be during just one meal. It could be during all of your meals. It could be doing every time you eat, okay? You choose. But before you eat, take a deep breath in and all the way out. No rules around how you do it, just in and out, and then opening your senses, okay? Which means smelling the food and allowing for yourself to just look at the colors and then hold gratitude for the food. It's so amazing that food is on our plate. We can take it for granted, but it really takes the sun, it takes the soil, It takes human tending. It takes so much beautiful effort for these little seeds in the soil to sprout up miraculously into a gorgeous plant, maybe eaten by an animal, taken into their body and creating food sources for ourselves. So whether it's a plant food source or an animal food source, there's a whole lot of beautiful energy that goes into the food that we're eating. So just taking a moment to say, wow, this comes from the sun. This comes from the soil. Isn't this gorgeous? Isn't this beautiful? So on day 1, that will be your first mindful eating practice. On day 2, I'm going to encourage you to choose again a meals, or all day, to just chew slowly, really slowly, and a lot. Think of yourself as a little, well, slower than a rabbit, but you know how much rabbits chew something. They're so cute when they do it. So chew slowly and just notice the texture and the flavors inside your mouth, okay? So the first day was about opening your eyes and your smell. This is really about opening the sense of your senses inside your mouth and taking the time, even putting your fork down between bites, just being present with each bite. It can be a fun adventure. Day 3, you're going to just turn off the devices and be present with your food at the table. Okay, so no TV, no cell phones, no computers, just you and your food. Day 4, we're going to experiment with noticing when you're full. Now, many times, what we do is we are looking for the top of the mountain of fullness. Okay, we're saying, okay, when I am full, I am going to stop eating. But what I encourage you to do in day 4 is to really choose a meal to say, when am I 80% full? When are you only part way up the mountain? And just eating slow enough so that you can feel what that feels like. And then what does it feel like when you're 100% full and satisfied? So instead of waiting till you get to the top of the mountain, or maybe even overshooting it, taking it slow enough so that you can notice what the experience of the incremental increase of fullness really feels like. Day 5, going to ask, how hungry are you? You know, you're going to go grab for a snack. How hungry are you in this moment? If you're grabbing for a snack, are you very hungry? Are you a little hungry? What about the quality of food that you're grabbing? Can you pause for a moment and say, wow, I am grabbing a food. I'm not really hungry right now. I'm only a little bit hungry. And I can wait a little bit longer until I have access to a higher quality food source that I'm going to enjoy more, okay, than this bag of chips or whatever it might be. Unless that bag of chips is what you are just all about. Let yourself enjoy and savor each bite of those bag of chips, but really connecting to your body and saying, what is my body really deserving and desiring right now? Day 6, we're going to just listen. So all the way up to day 6, we've been just paying attention to our body. Now we're going to pay attention to our thoughts and to others. So if you're eating socially, let yourself pay full attention to the person talking while they're talking. If you're eating by yourself and you're having thoughts, let yourself fully pay attention to the thoughts when you're having thoughts, and let your eating be around that. So, oh wow, I'm having a deep thought. Let me just stop eating for a moment and just have that thought. Okay, now I'm going to go eat. So giving yourself the space to eat when you're eating and listen while you're listening. Day 7 is going to be, how did the food affect your energy levels? So if you're eating something and you notice that your energy dips right after it, just noticing, saying, wow, last time I ate that, did it do the same thing? Huh, it did. Consider not eating it again, right? Oh, when I ate this, I've had sustained energy for a number of hours. My body likes that, just recognizing that. So the nice thing is that we do food every single day. So if you're looking to cultivate a conscious living lifestyle, if you're looking to cultivate a mindful living lifestyle, mindful eating is a big step towards mindful living. Now, this is a 7-day practice, and that 7-day practice can spill out further, but at least you're gifting yourself 7 days of experiencing doing eating a little bit differently and exploring what it feels like. So we've talked about reasons why people mindlessly eat. We've talked about how to recognize and overcome some of those patterns, and 7 days of mindful eating activities that are coming soon to an email near you if you have registered for that officially. Now I'm going to talk to you about the next steps. If this practice, if this concept, if the way of thinking that I'm speaking about really resonates with you, then I want you to know that I would love to be able to support you further. So when I work with women and I ask them, what is going to help you become successful in your health goals? 100% of the time, women tell me, I wish I was confident and had clarity around what I need to do for my body. And I just don't do things consistently. Okay, now here's a little secret. If we enjoy doing something, we do it consistently. If we don't enjoy doing something, we don't. So that's why I really like helping people to connect to designing a lifestyle that they love and never really need to cheat on. Then I ask them, what's really sabotaging your goals? Well, it all comes down to things like mindset, confusion, lack of support, and lack of accountability. And that's really where I love to step in with some of my group programs that are available on a regular basis, or some of my one-on-one coaching programs, or some of my self-study courses. You can really step into the process of creating an enjoyable process that's geared towards creating long-term solutions, not just quick wins, with proven simple steps, some accountability and community, depending on what methods you choose to walk through, whether it's my programs, my coaching, or some of my courses. And really, it's all focused on helping you to relearn how to listen to your body. Now, in this 45-minute complimentary wellness chat that I'm offering to you, we're going to take a peek at your self-awareness, right? What are you already aware of? Where are you currently in your path? We're going to help you be able to unlock what your true desire really is, and not just what you think you should desire because you should, but really what you truly desire for your wealth, your health, and your lifestyle goals. Help you identify if there's a key obstacle in the way to that, and discuss how to create a custom plan to allow for you to really move forward. Now, there's a couple of ways that you can request this complimentary wellness chat. You can either go to my website, which is kimjakes.com, and you can click the button on complimentary wellness chat. Or you can also go directly to my email, kim@kimjakes.com. Make the subject line really clear, because I do get a lot of emails. Make it really clear and just say, wellness chat request. Or you can go directly to my wellness chat link, which is calendly.com/kimjakes/free chat. And I would be thrilled to take the time to discuss where you're at now, where you want to be, and the most enjoyable and effective path you can take to be able to get there. So I want to thank you very much for joining me here today, and I look forward to hearing how the 7-day journey goes for you. You can either comment inside my free Facebook group with your progress, or you can reply to any of the emails that I send you and let me know what aspect of the 7-day program was most enjoyable and effective for you. Thanks so much. I'll talk to you soon.